for so much of this chapter being actually part of Sting and Rogue, these guys didn't actually even seem to make a single bit of damage to Geer right now. Seriously, Sting and Rogue, you two White Dragon Slayers, it still goes to show that your power levels are still pretty crusty compared to what we've been getting throughout the rest of the Fairy Tail. It's like, and like the reason why Sting and Rogue even approached him at that, they even got contacted way before this arc, that they got contacted straight after the Sun Village arc about this whole situation, and it was like saying, Minerva's joined the Dark Gear. Like, what are you gonna do with her? And it was like, apparently the letter was so shitty, and that the content was so bad that it took them so long to actually even decipher it and even get there. And it was like, when they even noticed saying, we are the one that are gonna protect our lady, care for her, and it's like, they even said, they even gave the urge saying, in 1 hour these bombs will go off, and it's like, the way that they actually even control it, because it was also confirmed that as well that there is 3,000 faces. Like, it was either weird if it was like 20 faces, 30,000 faces, 30 million faces. In the end of the day, there's a lot of fucking faces, alright? Let's just get that one thing clarified, that there's a lot of faces there. And apparently, the way they actually even control them is actually by the dead president, that the one that managed to capture Mira Jane and Urza. And since one of the curses that they use is the necromancer, who is known as Kevin, like his curse is probably to control him, and that if they can stop him, then they're able to stop the dead president, they're able to stop the face fully once to roll. And Sting and Rogue using Geer, it was like that fight right now. I was like, oh my god, like Sting and Rogue was just, they weren't even getting exposed. It was just showing that they're doing nothing. Like, they're literally just holding off this guy. Like, Sting doing, a White Dragon Wall, like, also as well, like, Rogue, he was just able to do, like, a Shadow Dragon Slash, and it wasn't able to do it. He was blocking it easily. And it was like, throughout this entire match, all they were doing was just buying time. That's all they're doing. It's just, that's what it felt like. It was just like, alright, well, Urza gets out, and, we had some asses. I think the most interesting part of this chapter, because it was like, we saw that, they get annihilated by this, like, rose bomb sort of thing. It kind of reminded me of some Hunter shit right there. It was like, just this giant rose bomb is like, oh, this is nothing compared to Nazi. So it's like, yeah, maybe they got a little bit stronger. They could actually go against, the King of Hades, Geer, Tartarus. Like, now, if they're on that level. But even still, it's just, I don't know. For a chapter that was called, like, Twin Dragons versus, King of Hades, I honestly preferred the Celestial Spirit King one chapter of it than we did to this one, because it just felt, I don't know, it just didn't feel like not a lot too much progression was happening between both Sting and Rogue, and it just showed that they're very outmatched here, and it seems like not only are they going to have to go Dragon Force as well, but it seems like they're going to even have to need more reinforcements here, because I don't think Sting and Rogue on their own can even take it on their own. They're going to need the rest of the Dragon Slayers there, or hell, even someone like as strong as the Celestial Spirit King to even take that on. Probably the most interesting thing about this chapter, though, was definitely the whole stuff with Grey and Silver when they were talking there. Saying, I wanted to know what true despair was like, so I brought you here. And it was like, Grey noticed that he knows this guy. He knows his face, he knows his voice, but something was off about it, in that you're a completely different person. So maybe this demon that once knew to be like Silver was potentially Grey's father. But then it did spoil in the arc saying, part 4 was father and son. So it's mainly that he's actually got the skin of his father, but that's not actually him. That is a demon that's possessing him. Maybe that's one of like Silver's curses, that he can actually take it. Because remember, he's saying like he likes his human form. So maybe if he turns into a demon, he'll always lose that form forever. Like, it's very unexplained, but it looks like from the next chapter of Fairy Tail that we're going to be getting, it sounds like it's actually going to be more bad, because it just says the story of the boy. So I'm guessing it might be Grey, a little bit more about Grey's origin. I mean, the chapter itself was a solid chapter, not too much to it, I felt like. Saying like, yeah, you're a different person. It just left a lot more interesting like theories more about Grey, and also as well a lot of progression with the fights and stuff. And we also know how the way to stop Face right now. It seems like we got one way, but overall I thought this was an enjoyable chapter. I think this one was a 7 this week. It has some great stuff and great fighting. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But that's all for me. Always, so thank you for watching. As always, remember, I'll see you guys next time, and Sting&Rouge Panda.